Action.
Hey guys, this is Dr. Habib. Today I'm just fixing up a little bit of a shake. So what I'm doing is putting in a few key ingredients. The first one I put in was vitamin C. If I do too much of that, I'm going to get loose stools, so I don't want to do that again. Immunoglobulins, that will line the mucus lining in the gut. Glutamine, 4 grams at least, is not only essential for the amino acid to make the gut tight, but that's the same amino acid that you use for the rest of the body, like the skeletal muscles for workout, helps with endurance. So this 3 combination is a good combination as far as I'm concerned, because number one, I can mix them all together into one nice drink. One has a chocolate flavor, the vitamin C is somewhat neutral, and immunoglobulin is also neutral. Immunoglobulin tends to be a little bit sticky, so I just circulate all the different powders so that the immunoglobulin can mix in with the vitamin C, which is much finer powder, and the glutamine much smoother powder. And then I have alkaline water here, so I'm just gonna mix it up. You can add as much or as little for taste. People often ask me how much water. It's like, it really doesn't matter. It doesn't make the product more or less concentrated. It's about your palate and your taste. And then, so some products you'll find, like when I'm having things for the digestion, then I will let it sit for a while to make it thicker. And that applies to certain protein powders particularly. This is more like water soluble, so this one doesn't have any major consistency issue. It's not too thick, not too thin, but it has a nice chocolatey flavor. So the vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant. The glutamine helps the gut and indirectly make nitric oxide, which is another antioxidant, protecting the muscles of the body, including the gut, which is the biggest muscle in the body. And the immunoglobulins, which is not only to protect the lining, but the lining is where the mucus is in the intestine, and that's where other immunoglobulins are. So you're protecting the lining, you're setting up the environment for the other immunoglobulins, which is your immune system. So this is a great way to start the morning. Could be a great post-workout as well combination. Hi, this is Dr. Habib. So earlier on you saw me mixing up my combination of vitamin C, glutamine, and immunoglobulin. Great combination, but that's just the beginning. I've got my shake. Now I'm going to take my vitamins. Now, each vitamin has a very specific purpose. For me, as I'm more mature now, I've had a lot of experience. Not only do I know what these vitamins can do, I've actually seen it in my own body because I use metrics and I use my performance as a gauge. So this is really down to a science. So I'll start off with what are basically nutrients that are not impacted by food. So primarily 2 types of nutrients are necessary to be had around when you eat, before, during your meal or after your meal. One is obviously probiotic, is ideal around a mealtime or after a meal. Other one is minerals. Minerals are better absorbed when the food stimulates acid production. And the third one might be B vitamins, if nothing else because of tolerability. Every time I take B vitamins on an empty stomach, I feel hungry and nauseated. So that alone is a good enough reason not to take a B vitamin or a multi on an empty stomach. Okay, so this is a combination of curcumin, very high dose, in combination with something called DIM, that's diindolylmethane. That helps the conversion, stops the conversion of testosterone to estrogen, because I'm a little bit older now. Plus the environment is encouraging the conversion of testosterone to estrogen. I can minimize it by staying in good shape, not having a lot of fat around my body, and I can not use toxins in my hands like soap. Those convert testosterone to estrogen. So curcumin is the yellow that you see. That's in high dose as an antioxidant. It's very powerful at cleansing the liver, and it can even lower a cholesterol particle called lipoprotein(a). Not by itself, but lipoprotein(a) is the most atherogenic particle. So a lot of information in just a few pills, but inside that pill is a whole bunch of molecular signals. One swig to swallow, another swig to help it down. You might find as you get older that the peristalsis in the esophagus is not so good. So if you take too many pills like I do at once, you may just get stuck and then you get spasm and pain. I bring that up because people may take it for granted, how much water should I have? Well, you should have enough water to at least get it down from the mouth to the stomach. It doesn't just, it's not a pipe. It doesn't just go down. It goes down very, very slowly. So be careful about about having enough fluid when you're swallowing pills. And if you can't swallow all pills at once, that's fine. Take one at a time. It's probably better that way, right? Easier for the body to work. So then I use what we have, something for the eye. You know, I don't have a problem with reading. I'm 50 and I don't have a problem. Granted, it's not perfect. I have to hold it out a little bit more, but I don't need reading glasses. So in order to protect my eyes, I take lutein, xanthine, and zeaxanthin. They're actually antioxidants. Then I use what I use for performance. Performance is a combination of citrulline, grapeseed extract, antioxidants like alpha lipoic acid, and sometimes berberine. But particularly citrulline and grapeseed extract allow vasodilation, more blood flow, good for performance, helps keep the blood pressure down. My next product is called Next Fuel. Next Fuel is amazing because there's studies on it to show that the CD4 count went up. What's that? That's the immune system. They did that testing on cancer patients. So what is fuel? Fuel is a combination of metabolites, it's a combination of antioxidants, detox. So it's really a plethora of different components all accumulating in supporting the liver as well as the immune system. One thing you're going to find is that any and all products at Next Health have as much literature as possible out there. And then I use my clinical judgment and clinical skills. That means I apply it in real life and I measure metrics. So it's a combination of the best information and the best aptitude of a physician with one that can make a diagnosis as well. So if you have a problem, I'll rethink it for you. You have a diagnosis, I'll rethink it for you. And I will use all my experience, including the best studies out there, and formulate it in something that would work for you. So what am I taking now? I forgot, I lost count. I was taking different antioxidants and so forth. And so one of the final steps is a combination of what I call Next Vascular. That's a high dose folic acid, B12, and B6. That 3 is a great combination for methylation. It's good for the neurotransmitters. The folic acid particularly is good for repairing DNA. And B12 for many things, not least for cognition, as well as energy and red blood cell production. So that's a fantastic combination of products there. So oftentimes I'll do twice a day. My routine is morning and evening. Morning, I've got my fluid that fills me up. I'm not hungry. And so because I have a schedule of intermittent fasting, I need to make sure I stay hydrated, and no better way than taking my vitamins throughout the day for that. And I have a repertoire of products, and in the evening, it's better always to spread them out where possible, with a few exceptions. And so you get the right dose and you are able to absorb it better by spreading it out throughout the day. Now, so if you're interested in any of this information about products, particularly when you have kind of problems or symptoms or somebody's giving you a diagnosis, then click the link below to learn more information about some of the products and vitamins that we use for preventing disease, for reversing disease, and certainly giving you optimal performance.